Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is November 27, 2015, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the economic calendar today, just one thing coming up at 11:30 South African time. That's a GBP number for gross domestic product number for the British pound. So we'll see how that should affect the British pound. Looking at the currency markets right now, things are kind of quiet, okay? Yesterday, of course, we mentioned that was Thanksgiving, and you should have received a letter, a newsletter from our company saying all the different schedules of trading for the different commodities and indices that were affected by yesterday's Thanksgiving holiday in the United States. Looking at the markets, I mean, let's take a week in review. I mean, we're back, Euro's back down to almost its lows, and we're inching closer to 105. I mean, if we look here, we're at 106.33, and that is significantly lower than 106.8. That's about 30 pips lower, 35 pips lower, and we're just inching lower. I mean, yeah, do we get these bounces from 30 pip bounces? Yes, 20 pip bounces, but continuously, if we look at the group here, we see that they're continuously going lower. So it's something that has to really, you have to pay attention to and see how this unfolds next week. As we inch into the last 6 weeks of the year, it should be kind of interesting how we end off. Looking at the USD versus the Turkish lira, things have been really volatile. As you can see here, we gapped down and then we rallied back to 293, and we're at the top of the range here. So it might be a good idea to lay it out a little bit, a little bit of shorts here. But just remember, this thing is kind of crazy right now because of what happened this past week with the Russian jet being shot down by the Turkish army. And as such, this is really a news trade. So, you could fade this and see that, after all, it's going to just be a event, and everybody's going to forget about it in about 2 weeks from now as if it didn't happen. So, or it's going to unfold, and then it's going to have adverse effects on the Turkish lira. So I'd keep an eye on it and keep an eye on the news if you are trading it. Just be careful with it because it's going to be volatile when it does. Looking at the GBP, because there's a number coming out today, back at 184. We're at the bottom of this range here. As you can see, we're kind of making a new range right about this level between 108.69 and 184.69 and 184.57-ish level. So it might be an idea to pick it up, okay, because we did solidify, or we may just continue trading within this range between 187 and 180. But that remains to be seen. Let's see how it unfolds today. Between the GBP versus the USD and the GBP versus the Japanese yen, the GBP Japanese yen has a little bit more volatility, so that's why I brought it up here. But it could be easily affected to the GBP USD. Looking at the Dow Jones, obviously we're closed yesterday, but we sold off a little bit after hours here, as you can see, and we're at this top of this range. So the question is are we going to have a rally today? And usually we do. Okay, today's Black Friday, probably one of the busiest shopping days of the year. Okay, not just on the internet, but just also on retail level as well. So because nobody has anything to do in the States today, and it's kind of like it's not a public holiday today, but most people have taken off today. So what else is there to do on a day off than spend money, right? So it's historically a really busy retail day, so I'd keep an eye on that. Gold, as we can see here, is back on its lows, 1068, just hovering lower and lower. My prediction at the end of the year, we're going to end up closer to $1,000 an ounce. As you can see, it's just so dead right here, and every time it breaks down lower. Looking at oil, just one more to look at here. I mean, we're trading in this range between 43 and 40. I don't think there's going to be any difference anytime soon unless we break 40 towards the beginning of the year. That remains to be seen, and you could just play the range for now. This is Razak at CMTrading. I want to wish you guys a great trading day and a beautiful weekend. Thank you.